I'll go first this time.
Nah,
If you don't
I
want,
want to go
you want to go first? That's fine.
So, do you agree that Madoka is a concept aspatial? Aspatial?
I don't agree. She's aspatial.
You agree?
I don't agree. I don't think concepts are inherently aspatial. It's important.
Yeah, but it says she's excluded from the universe, like verbatim. It literally says that.
That's fine. There's many things that meet that criteria that could be excluded from the universe.
But
Like
it also
things
says,
something extra dimensional by definition is excluded from the universe.
no, it's not. Not
Yes,
inherently,
it's
but
yes,
no,
a third
no,
dimensional
no.
a third dimensional universe. If something was fourth dimensional, its axis would literally be outside
It's
of the range of the
retarded.
universe. That's
No,
not
oh my
retarded. That's
God,
base.
it's
That's simple
Bro,
logic.
shut the fuck up, because this
It
nigga's
has an
being
extra
stupid.
axis that literally
Let
is
me talk. Let me talk. No,
unencompassable in the
stop,
universe.
stop, stop.
Wait,
That's
first
not
let's pick
true.
a judge. Let's pick a judge. Let's pick a judge. Let's pick a judge before we move on. Let's pick a judge because you're being fucking stupid. Let's pick a
I
judge.
don't know what the fuck happened. You said a judge?
Yeah, let's pick a judge.
Bro, I'm not agreeing to no one in this call, bro. So
That's
you
not
gonna
how
have
this
to.
works. We're doing a fucking wager for my seat. You have to pick a judge.
Yeah, we could have Carol. Oh shit, he's not in the
Fuck
server.
no.
What's wrong with Nexus?
I'm good on that.
I mean, he's smart.
You said you didn't even ask me, do you want to accept Nexus? You assumed I wasn't gonna accept Nexus. You said what's wrong with Nexus? We didn't even talk about Nexus yet. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, we could have Nexus. He's pretty.
I don't.
He's
No,
smart.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Why, bro? He's good.
I don't know about all that, but
He got kicked anyway. Then I don't know. You
you
could pick. I don't know
nobody in the
anybody else.
call.
No, you
Who's in
could.
the
I
call?
lied. You could ask me on the call. I don't really care. I can't.
I'm
My
fine
only
with
two
like
judges.
I'm fine
Mhm.
with like Zizo Spaz or Ghetto Gen if they even want to
yeah,
judge.
I'm fine with Ghetto Gen too, bro.
Nigga, I'm about to hop in the shower. I just got back home from work.
Bro, can you just listen to this? It's gonna be
I
15
listen to the
minutes, bro.
rest of y'all. If y'all,
Here,
if y'all
No,
just
this is
here,
gonna be
just
so fast. I swear. I think we're just gonna debate on this fucking point, and then I think we could leave it up to that.
you're
okay.
just I'm eating right now, but I can listen.
Is that fine, Jin?
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
Okay. Are you actually gonna listen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Ready?
bet. So yeah, no. So hold on. So by the way, like you were saying earlier, just because I am a fourth dimensional being does not inherently mean I have to be in a whole nother world. That makes literally no sense. I do agree that the
I'm not
people in
saying
the
that's what it
3D. Hold on,
inherently
chill, shit,
implies.
bro. But that
But
is
that's not my
literally what
argument.
you're saying. Oh my god, that's
You're not
verbatim what you
understanding.
just said. You literally said that a fourth dimensional being would
Track it of
not
doom,
be
by
in
the
the
way.
3D universe. It can still be in the exact same universe. It would just be that the 3D beings cannot see them. But even if I were to grant your point, this is completely irrelevant.
Do you know
Concepts
why the 3D
are
beings can't see them?
yes, I know
Because
why
they
they can't
operate on
see
a
them.
different axis that doesn't exist inside the
But
fucking
that
universe.
doesn't matter, bitch. It's still the same
That's a
fucking universe.
concession.
That's the
You
same
just
universe, you
conceded in two
retard. Are
minutes.
you dumb, bitch?
You
The
just
contention
conceded
is
in
whether or not it's in
2
the same fucking universe,
minutes.
you
You just
dumbass.
conceded in
But,
2 minutes. You're
whether
fucking
or
dumb,
not the
bro.
3D beings can see them is
Holy shit.
completely irrelevant
Whatever,
to
bro.
whether or not it's actually in the universe, you dumbass.
If you
But either
can't
way,
see them, then they're
even if
not in the
I were
universe
to
because they can't
shut
exist
the
in it. They're too
fuck
big. That's what
up,
that
bro.
means.
Shut the fuck up. Even if I were to grant your point, this has nothing to do with what I'm saying. So you can say this is an
It
extra
does.
dimensional being. Shut the fuck up. You can say that this is an extra dimensional being. That makes literally no sense. We know that the definition of a concept is typically associated with being beyond space and time. When people think of
No,
concept,
it's
they
not. I
think
don't think
yes.
so. If you're
Literally, the
talking
first
about
definition.
Plato's theory, I think it's inherently incorrect. I think it's contradictory. That was a
How?
crazy voice crack, by the way.
How?
Why Plato's
How?
theory is contradictory? Because I think it's absolutely illogical and impossible for something perfect to exist. He's talking about the theory of forms. He's talking about these things and these perfect concepts, right, that exist in this reality that's atemporal and aspatial outside of all space and time, right? I don't think that anything could be perfect. I think you can never achieve perfection. And if you can never achieve perfection, that can't exist.
I
It's a
don't really
contradiction.
care. I don't know
You
how
don't really
you're
care.
getting.
It completely
I
destroys
don't
your
know
argument and all your
how.
scaling. You have to address it.
Bro, I don't really know how you're going to the conclusion that perfection is a contradiction, but I don't even want to go through
Okay,
that point.
how many?
I don't,
Okay, if I ever find a chair an infinite amount of times, can it ever be perfect?
bro. I don't know, bro.
Bro, you want to conclude? You're a fucking idiot. You just got
That's
fucking destroyed in 5
irrelevant.
minutes.
That's not a contradiction. Okay, but like
You
I
don't
was
think
saying,
so? You want to conclude?
that's
Oh,
not
want to conclude right now?
no,
You don't think
dude.
if you don't think I made an argument, want to conclude right now?
Okay, you saying that
I just fucking
you
Batista bombed you.
hold
You
on,
can't
you
even
just saying that you
respond.
can redefine a chair an infinite amount of times doesn't change the fact that perfect
It
things
can
can
never.
happen. I mean,
Okay,
perfect
I
things
just
can
points out
exist.
the. I just points out the
That's not a
contradiction.
contradiction, fat ass.
You're not making
It's
argument.
holding
You're
in
not
an
making
assumption.
arguments. You're not
Hold
making
on,
arguments,
hold on.
Mono. You're not making
I'm
arguments.
making an argument, fat ass. You're making the assumption. There's this is assumption here that you can turn an imperfect being to a perfect being. Under your logic,
That's
sure.
not the
Let's say we
argument.
cannot shut.
Track it
Yes,
into.
it is because a chair, under your example, would be imperfect. So yes, under your example, I can grant that an imperfect being cannot become perfect. That's irrelevant. That's completely different from what I'm saying, which is
You
that
know,
there is a perfect being.
yeah,
That's not a contradiction to perfect beings existing, fat ass.
that's not
Either
the
way, even
contention.
if I were, shut the fuck up. Even if I were to grant your point, this is completely irrelevant to Madoka. If you already agree that a fourth dimensional being will still be within the same universe, it will still be capable of interacting with 3D beings the same way as a 3D being is
I never
capable of
denied that.
interacting. I'm not done, fat ass. The same
I
way as
never
a 3D
denied that
being.
either. You're not
I'm
arguing
not,
against me.
yo, bro. You gotta shut the fuck up.
You're
The
a
same
fucking
way as a
idiot.
3D being can, and shut up, bitch. The same way as a 3D
You're a
being can
fucking
interact
dumbass.
with 2D things. So if that were to be the
Mm-hmm.
case, then that would mean that shut up. That would mean that
Good
the
job.
statement that says she will never be able to affect the world again is a contradiction. But it's not contradictory because she's separate from the universe. But if, like you're saying, is true, then you would have
Nice.
to assume a whole nother world, which is never fucking stated within the verse. While under my fucking interpretation, she simply
Yeah.
just becomes aspatial, atemporal. You don't have to assume another fucking world. You don't
Based on no
you
evidence.
don't have
I'm
to
not
assume
assuming
any of
another
it.
world. I'm not assuming world.
Yes, you're
Do you
assuming
think
that she's in a whole
you
nother
responded?
universe, dumbass. That's not what?
I'm not even asserting that.
You would have to, bitch, because then
No.
where the fuck is she existing at if she's separate from the universe and she's no longer able
Some
to affect
void
the universe?
outside the
She
universe,
would be
that's fine with
having
me.
to exist somewhere, fucking idiot.
Some external dimension outside the universe, that's fine with me. That
Oh my god.
it doesn't really address anything. Do
That's
you
still
think you address?
that's
Okay,
still
wait.
assuming
Okay,
another world, bitch.
wait.
You naming
Do
the
you
world as dimension
wait?
doesn't
Do you
change
think you
shit.
addressed anything I said? Do you think you addressed everything I said?
No, I haven't. I addressed everything you said, but I
Okay,
haven't actually given probabilities.
so you talked for
Mm.
like 5 minutes and addressed nothing is what you're telling me.
No, so you gotta actually listen to what the fuck I'm saying, fat ass, and stop interrupting me, bitch. Like
So
I
wait, who are you
actually
arguing
said, hold
against?
on,
The
I'm not
demon under your
done,
bed?
bitch. Well, you
Who are you
interrupted me
arguing
mid
against,
convo, so
bro?
you gotta shut
This
the
shit
fuck
is
up so I
fucking
can actually
crazy, bro.
finish and you can actually understand what
You're
the
not
fuck I'm
making
saying. You
points.
gotta shut the fuck up so you can actually understand what the fuck I'm saying. What
I've
I
been
said
listening to you the
was is
entire
that I
time. You haven't
just
responded
yes,
to
I
anything.
debunked, bro. You gotta shut the fuck up. I think I debunked your dumbass shitty ass point, but I don't think I've given probability to my interpretation yet, which is what I'm trying to do. Fat ass. But I
Oh,
do think I
bro.
defeated your interpretation
Do you think
completely. It
so? Do
makes
you
no
want to go to
fucking sense.
conclusion? Do you want to go to conclusions on that? Whether or not you defeated that?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, Jin, we're listening. Want me to give my conclusion as to why he made two non-arguments?
Yeah, I can get a conclusion too.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? So first off, Mono's not tracking. The entire point of me talking about a chair being infinitely refinable and can never become perfect is saying that perfection is a contradiction. Infinity can go on and on and on and on. I'm saying something can never be perfect no matter how many times you refine it. The fact if something's imperfect becoming perfect is not the argument, is that nothing can become perfect. You can never reach perfection anywhere because no matter how many times you refine anything, it can never ever be perfect. So how does perfection, I'm putting into question how perfection comes into existence in the first place, making it a contradictory existence. That's the entire point that Mono didn't fucking understand. And again, for the universe point, like I said, he was talking about concepts are atemporal, aspatial. The argument he gave is that she exists outside the universe, and I always says like a lot of things can exist outside the universe for a lot of different reasons. Doesn't mean that they're atemporal and aspatial. One with the condition I gave, you could just be like extra dimensional. That's fine. Like you're giving non-arguments. You got fucking Batista bomb.
Shut up, bitch. All right, so yeah, my conclusion is pretty much that for his shitty ass fucking chair example, that shit was like it didn't make any sense. It's making the assumption. It's literally just not. It's not a contradiction. Not a PNRP for why perfection doesn't exist. He literally said it within his own conclusion that you can never reach perfection. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. That's assuming that the fucking thing isn't eternal or always fucking perfect. So yeah, under your little shitty ass argument, a chair which is imperfect cannot be perfect. That's fine. But that's not what Madoka is. She's not reaching into perfection, bitch. She's eternal. She's always been perfect. But I can prove that too. It's verbatim stated that she's eternal. She has always existed.
You know we're in conclusions, right?
Yeah, that's fine. But the point is that yeah, that's fine. But the point is that you are saying it's contradictory for a perfect thing to exist, but your evidence is an imperfect being turning into a perfect being and saying that can't happen. But
You're
that's
still
not
not
proof.
tracking.
That's not, bro. You literally said, bro. You said a perfect.
His
Something.
conclusions, bro. Shut up. Just finish it. Come on,
Bro,
chill.
shut up, bitch. You just said within your own conclusion that a being can never reach perfection, bro. That's completely different. That's a whole different claim. But yeah, you could give it verdict, bro.
Wano has hard autism, bro. This shit is
I
sick.
mean, that's what you said for quite literally verbatim. Like,
You're not
you said
tracking.
that one-on-one.
I'm putting into. I'm gonna say it again. I'm putting into question how something like that could even exist in the first place.
And your
Look,
evidence,
I'm not gonna lie. You pre-called the judgment. Look, as of right now, like you're just not building probability in your favor. Like if you're gonna,
yeah. Okay, so if you weren't listening, hold on,
bro, like you literally said that. Like, are you pre-called the judgment, bro?
if you
You're
weren't
just
listening,
point.
isn't the whole thing, dumbass? What we're concluding on is whether or not I defeated Jester's interpretation or his basis for his
That's
interpretation.
what I'm concluding on. I mean, like, I don't think you really properly.
All right, it's fine, whatever. We can just move on. So yeah,
bro.
Okay, so that goes through.
that's fine. That's
So yeah,
whatever.
what's
So
your
the
what's your
reason
new what's the new scaling chain, sir? Go ahead.
it's not a scaling.
Wait, to be clear,
Debunk shit. What, bro? What? I can still give probability
Wait, to
for
be
my
clear,
interpretation.
before I continue on, to be clear, I do think you made a proper distinction with the eternal point though.
Wait, I'm just give probability for my shit. So, right, a concept, or Plato's thing is external from the universe, and it's an eternal being. So Madoka's version of a concept fulfills almost every single thing that Plato's thing does. So it's like it being external, it having avatars, it being excluded from the universe, all of this thing, not being able to
Do you know
directly
what
affect the
point
world.
we
All of
concluded
these
on? By the
things
way,
that,
I deny Plato's theory even existing. I think it's bullshit.
and okay, whatever. And then I
That was the
think
point you just
that
lost. Why are you trying to prove that she coincides with
okay,
Plato's
then it's
theory?
not Plato's concept, a realist fucking separate form of
Okay,
concept.
so she's
So, all
not
right, so
aspatial
like
and
I've been saying,
atemporal. Fucking dickhead. Then
no,
move on.
that's not the only
What the
theory
hell?
that
Like,
they spatial
bro, what the fuck?
So I could use another version of concepts that does it. It's irrelevant. It doesn't change anything.
Okay,
My point
this
is
is where
that
you're not understanding. Wait, this is where you're
bro,
not. Wait, stop. Wait, stop talking for a second. This is where you're not understanding. I don't think concepts are inherently
I don't
aspatial and
get
atemporal.
so like I've
To
been saying,
you,
right?
stop
So I
talking.
don't
Oh my god. Oh my god.
care,
For
bro.
you to
Interrupting me, bitch, and
prove that they are, you would
you
have had to
interrupting
prove
me. Shut
Plato's
the
theory.
fuck
You would
up.
have to prove Plato's
I
theory.
don't care.
You just
I
lost
don't
the
care.
point. You could not prove Plato's theory. You have nothing. You just lost the
I'm gonna
point on that.
dismiss that because
You
I
just
wasn't
lost
done
the
yet,
point on
bitch.
that. You
Shut
just
up.
got fucking obliterated.
I don't care, bitch. You gotta shut the fuck up and let me finish, bitch, and then you can say your little ramble after.
No,
So like
I'm
I was
good.
saying,
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
well then cope, bitch, because I'm gonna keep talking. So like I've been saying, right? Madoka is eternal. She's separate from the universe. She has all of these things, and then they use the specific word concept. They even say that she shifts up a level from the physical world, or not from the physical world, but they say she shifts up the level, becoming only a concept. So I think all of these things are implications
That's fine. That
saying
just
that
means she's
she's beyond
imperceivable.
space time and that she's aspatial, atemporal.
I don't think that
Especially
proves.
since,
I don't think that proves she's
especially
aspatial
since,
and
shut up,
temporal.
bitch.
She's just extra
Especially
dimensional.
since, shut up, bitch. Especially since there's lots of
Okay.
there's lots of theories of concepts that use the word concepts and that are aspatial, atemporal.
Again, I deny concepts being inherently aspatial, atemporal, and I think that evidence
I
you
know
presented
that, but there's a
just
lot of
imply. Okay,
theories
stop
and
fucking
theories.
talking. I'm responding to your argument. I think what you're implying just implies that she's extra dimensional. That's all that means. It's my interpretation. I
All
think
right,
it's
we can
valid.
move on. So, do you agree that Madoka has
Great
timeline
response.
manipulation? I mean, do you agree that
Great
Madoka
response.
No, do you agree that Madoka is a new change? Is a new scaling?
New scaling time. Yes.
So, do
That's
you agree
fine.
that do
That's
you agree
fine.
Madoka exists throughout all points of time?
That's fine.
Okay.
So does my character. He's immune to timeline changes. He exists outside the timeline. And he's also omnipresent. So I really don't give a fuck. Like my character exists at every single point in time, and his real body exists completely external from the timeline. He's completely immune to causal changes.
All right, bro.
So
Prove it.
here you go. Jin, you know what scan I'm talking about, right? I've used this scan against Jin like fucking 50 times.
But I don't even know the character you're using. What character are you using?
I'm using Dr. Manhattan.
I mean, I do, but like, I don't know if mine wants to see the skin or not.
Yeah, I'll just post it. It's just like pretty blatant. Here we go. Yeah, it's in scans. So being from outside the timeline, remove 10 years from everybody's fucking life. That's Dr. Manhattan. It's Doomsday Clock.
I'm reading it wrong. Okay.
Were you reading it the opposite way?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I did the same shit. It's just stated verbatim in the middle of the panel. So that shit's not gonna work with my character. I'm letting you know now, this character is a hacks tank. There's not a shit that you could fucking name that would work on this fucking guy.
All right. So when it said, so it says someone outside of time. So your characters, you're saying the statement that says your character's outside of time to prove what? Or like, what is this scan supposed to prove?
Well, he exists outside the timeline, right? His true being. He's immune to causal changes, like it happens on panel, and he just like changes the timeline over and over and over again, and like nothing happens to him, and he can just manipulate time freely. They say verbatim, but someone outside of time watched it all happen.
Yeah, and then they did something. So you said that
he removed 10 years
How
from
did
them.
they do something? Yeah.
You don't know why that makes him acausal?
No. I'm agreeing, but I'm asking. Okay, if they were acausal, then how the hell did they do something? They aren't able to do anything if they're acausal.
That's not true. He exists outside the timeline, but he has like magical powers that tie back into like connective energy, would mix up everything in creation that allows him to freely manipulate anything. So,
but that's time.
It's not necessarily everything is made out of magic in DC, and he holds like it's like the equivalent to like Arrow's old argument of origin manipulation. Everything's made out of connective energy in DC, right? And connective energy just translates to like what create the foundation of creation, like what it is made out of, and he's literally made out of it. Like he could freely manipulate it. That's why he's outside the timeline. He exists somewhere way outside. So, and he could also freely interact with people inside the timeline. So that's not a contradiction.
So what are you saying is allowing him to change and do shit, bro? I'm so confused.
Connective energy.
Collective energy, and how do you know that this collective energy isn't bounded by time?
Because it's made out of everything, especially things that exist outside the fucking local universes that exist outside the fucking timeline.
Okay, how does being made? So what if it's made out of everything? Wouldn't it be like? Wouldn't that include time? So it's bounded by time. Like I'm confused. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, there's universe. Okay, I'll give you a map. I'll just give you a map. Yeah, I'll help you. We'll walk you through it. I'll give you a reference sheet. Everything in look at fucking scans. Everything in this middle circle is where like the normal where the timeline would be, right? And then everybody outside that inner circle is like transcendent of space and time. They're in their sphere of gods. They're like these godlike entities that view everybody inside all the numbered dimensions as fiction. So they're outside of any numbered dimensions. They're like these godlike entities. And these people, right, that exist outside of it, they're also transcended by another sphere, which is called the monitor sphere. And outside the monitor sphere is this thing called the overvoid, which is just the white page of the comic book that encompasses everything. This guy could exist in the white page of the comic book. He's completely outside the multiverse. He's completely external to it. He can't undergo any timeline changes, but because he's able to freely manipulate the energy that makes up all of creation, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to anybody in that circle. Do you understand that?
Okay, so I don't, but so I'm gonna just say this because it just seems like, um, I know you're saying they transcend space and time, but I still don't believe that because they're doing action, and I think instead this is like some really high hyperversal shit, and this character is like a really high dimensional being, and since he's a high dimensional being, he's able to manipulate the lower dimensions how he wants. He probably has other crazy hacks, but I literally by the fact that he's changing and doing shit, I don't see how he can be atemporal. And you keep saying it's magic,
That
but
shit is
magic
that would just
you
be
saying that it's
the
magic isn't
yeah,
really
it
an
is magic.
answer.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
but that's not an
I
answer because I
explained
could
it to you.
also just
It's
say that the
connected.
magic is
I explained to you
temporal
how
as
the
well.
I explained to you how the cosmology works and why
Especially
it would
since
be
you haven't
atemporal
even sent
because
a
of it.
skin that says magic is atemporal.
That's not even what I'm claiming. I'm not even saying it's necessarily magic. I'm talking about the energy that makes up everything in creation. And the reason why it'd be atemporal, him committing actions outside of the normal timeline, he would just exist on something that you could just recall extra, like external time, like extra
I
time.
like that. I like that. I like that. You said what?
He just exists on something that we could probably just call like extra time.
So it's like a higher version of time.
Yeah, literally. It's just events. It's not even time. It's not even what you and me perceive to be time. It's
Yeah.
just events happening, and he just, you can literally, if you literally just read the scan, they'll literally just tell you on the scan that that's all the numbered dimensions. That's where like all the universes exist, the orrery of worlds. Inside that inner circle is where all the numbered dimensions exist. Outside of that, obviously, you're no longer like numbered dimensional. That's hyperversal. That's the inner circle is hyperversal. Outside that inner circle, you're like inherently outside of space and time, right? And he could just do whatever the fuck he wants to those guys. I'll literally give you the scan and then just saying it verbatim, like a Mr. Mixelpillar. This character is just fucking
So
disgusting.
does your character have a beginning?
No, not really.
So your character has always existed throughout this white void thing?
Yeah, he's always existed. He has no beginning, no end.
Can you prove it?
Yeah, he existed every single point in time. You want that statement?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Or was it? I swear I had all these scans organized a bit better.
Bro, why, Ramona, why are you even arguing against Manhattan, bro?
Fuck, where was it?
Oh, damn,
Oh,
who
here we
did
go.
that?
Where was it? Oh, that's not the scan I want.
Yo, Shinra.
Yo,
Yeah,
Mano.
I mean,
Hey.
you could just use
What?
this here. This one.
What?
There you go. It is just showing him existing in like every single possible timeline at the same time. Yeah.
Alright. Is there like no no.
He blitzes. He like the Flash can even react to him, and that guy is like as fast. He's so fast. He like moves through time. He's like immeasurable speed. So that's just like blatant evidence. I could literally just show you that he just shits on the Flash, and every member of the league gets immeasurable speed.
No, I was just gonna ask for like a more of a thing. I'm saying they've existed since a little like all the time instead of just showing every single point of like multiple points of time. And
If he exists in every timeline, that's what that means. In every possible timeline.
that's fine, but Where in the scan that you sent says that?
That's what the implication is. It's just showing a couple examples of him at the same time in multiple locations on different years, and he's just like going back, regressing infinitely because he's just outside of the timeline. Like he is like actual being is outside the timeline, right? So he like is everywhere at the same time. That's why he's just able to just grab it and just rip out 10 years as he pleases. That's what that implies. There's a verbatim scan. I'm trying to find it, but that's what they're telling you there. That's pretty much it. I don't know if you want to start debating DC Universe with me. It's not going to look good for you. It's going to be bad. Because this character, all they do is, that's all he fucking does. Just fucking causality manipulation. It's fucking ridiculous. Where is this shit? There's like a verbatim statement, but I'm just looking for it. Just to help you
You
out.
said that before and said nothing.
I sent it. I sent one of them. I just don't have the fucking folder. I used to have all this shit.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta take a shower. I'm gonna watch Rec.
Wait. I mean,
That's a fucking lie. You don't shower.
He's not gonna watch Rec. I mean, you can just.
I'll put it.
Yo, wait. We're almost done. He's stuck, bro. We're almost done. If you want to conclude soon.
I'm so sticky and sweaty. I've been at work since.
Bro, please, bro. Just give me like 5 more minutes, bro. Please, bro. Please, just do me a favor.
How about we have Infinity Judge?
Fuck no, Jin. They're gonna hold me.
I will watch Rec.
Please.
Watch Rec.
Bro, Jin. He's literally stuck here with no answer. It's gonna end soon. Please, like, just give me another 5 minutes. Chill, bro. Chill. Like, I already sent the scans. I made the argument. He's just stuck there. He's not responding. I mean, do you want to move on? Are you done, Mana?
No, I'm still waiting for you to find a more verbatim statement. I don't see how this is like sufficient enough evidence.
I mean, I think if you don't think it is, we can just conclude. I mean, I think I proved it pretty well.
Okay, well, you give a lot of context, but I don't know. I don't fucking read this shit, so I don't even know if anything you said is true. But the statement, it kind of is, but the scan that you sent, doesn't really prove he existed throughout all the time. It just proves that he existed through some point of time. And then the first scan that you sent, I can agree that he can take away time from timelines or whatever, but I don't know what else that would entail. Like yeah, he have that ability. That's why I don't care.
You said you don't care that he has that ability, or what ability?
Yeah, the ability to take away time, like how he took away 10 years, like in that sense.
You know, if he exists outside the timeline, like, and he exists outside where the timeline is held,
outside that specific timeline, that's fine. But I'm just saying,
that makes him omnipresent. That makes him omnipresent. Yeah.
How does that make it?
He could be at any point in time at any time. At all. He literally encompasses it. Like,
I don't know if he can do that. All I know is that he can remove parts of time.
He's bigger than it. He exists in the white space.
I don't know that.
He could be anywhere.
All I know is that he's separate, and in some way, somehow, he's able to look through it. But that doesn't really mean that he's beyond it, or that he's omnipresent, or that he can exist throughout any point of that specific timeline. I don't really know. And then this also doesn't answer whether or not he has a beginning or not, because he can be in a separate universe or a separate thing.
Oh, here it is.
Have a beginning.
Here it is. Stop talking about this.
To the quantum carrier, all universe.
There you go. And that's not even the statement I'm talking about. The statement comes from the bird guy. But that's from Guy Gardner. So, yeah. Here it is. Are we done? Let's call it quits. You don't have a win con anymore. We'll just conclude right there. Judge has to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could do that. That's fine.
Okay. Do you even need to conclude? I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Verdict, Jin. I told you it's over in 5 minutes. You're stuck.
Okay. I'm